So this is just a quick video about my thought play on before the pandemic happened. Well, no, actually in the beginning stages of the pandemic, I was thinking about operations and there could possibly be a backlog if people become frightened to go to hospital, or the NHS are well overworked and that they have to deal with pressing matters at hand. So there would be a build-up of operations. And I was thinking, much like you go and get screenings done in a car park somewhere, was an idea of an RV or Mercedes truck type of hospital on wheels. And it would only have the facilities inside it to run operations, routine, standard, and also RV dentists or Mercedes trucks, Ford trucks, whichever are available. So you'd convert, let's say, a Luton van, we could just take this in for reference, and convert it into a facility that was able to do routine operations, such as dentist. So you could go there at a time and a place that suited your needs, as well as keeps you away from hospital to lower the risk of cross-contamination. So when I talk about routine operations as well, let's say if you were able to build 12, 24, I don't know, 46 of these and dot them around the UK. So for here example, we're a little way off from Norwich and we're a little way off from Bury St Edmunds, but you're there where your hospitals are. So you've got Norfolk and Norwich, and I believe it's West Suffolk University Hospital. Can't be sure, but I know there's one in Bury St Edmunds. Anyway, so rather than traveling there, if they had one where you had a routine operation that wasn't too major, obviously heart surgeries, different things like this, probably better off in a hospital in case there are any complications. And the idea of this was so that doctors, if using what would we call those, electric cars, so electrical cars that don't burn any fossil fuels or anything else like that, and that they would be able to do aftercare with you. So before you went to get your routine operation, you have a quick test, make sure you're clear, and then they would perform the operation on you. So I don't know what that may be. Maybe you need to have your arms set. I don't know. You have a terrible break and it needs drilling in a quick routine operation, and then you need a cast. Well, rather than traveling to a hospital to have that done, I don't know whether it would make more sense to have it in the local area where you are, and they would do the work, and then you could go off on your way, go home. Any problems, and then, yeah, we would need to go next stage, and you might need to be admitted into a hospital so they can keep further observations on you. Maybe. So, but if you were able to, I'm a great believer, for me personally anyway, I don't know if you are the same, we heal much better at home. You tend to get a bit more about, it's in your familiarity environment, so you tend to, do a little bit more better at home, in your home environment, than you would if you had to stay in a hospital. So it adds a bit more convenience, you're around your family a bit more, you don't have to wait for visits, your family are there to come and see you, look after you, help you out, and yeah, and also you might have doctors, nurses come and check on you, I don't know, periodically. So that could be some level of, I don't know, a new type of system that goes around. And obviously these doctors and nurses would all be tested first every day, or however you do it, every other day. So they know that they're not cross-contaminating anybody else for that matter. And you would yourself as well be tested. And I think this would, number one, it leaves the hospitals to start dealing with some of the backlog. But at the same time, these surgeries, if you like, on wheels, would also be able to start getting through the backlog of waiting lists of operations that we have anyway. It would start to get through the list much more quicker. So on average, if one of these trucks could perform operations throughout a day, and they were quite capable of doing 5 routine operations per truck, quick calculation of 46, and you're able to do 5 in a day, let's say, for example, it gives you a grand total, and you're able to then start seeing that per week how many extra facilities this is freeing up on the NHS and in hospitals, and it's also getting down the numbers that have risen due to the pandemic. So I don't know. Also, the dentists that are around, we have a lot of them, but they are, again, wow, they are chocker backlogged, and trying to find somewhere where you can actually get a dentist seems to be challenging at best. So if they were to have areas where these mobile dentists come, and they will give a quick call to your NHS, perhaps your 111 service, maybe, and that there would be an avenue for dentists to go around in the same sort of setting, and have a truck converted into multiple different dentist sections, and you could go and have a tooth out, have some work done inside there as well, thus getting down the waiting list for dentists. And then other dentists, once it's all calmed down and we've removed the backlog, it would then be able to function as normal. Or it be really successful, and some people will prefer to maybe get some work done conveniently in the afternoon, evening, maybe nighttime. And some people are able to have the work done on their teeth, say, during the day. So if these were working 24/7, they were a truck build, they were easy to be cleaned out, disinfected, sanitized, whatever you want to call it, in between visits, let's say, just a quick hose round. So I think this would be quite a good step in the right direction. It would get things down. I'm a great believer. I love space flight, and I know that sooner or later manned missions are going to probably start popping up out the blue, and I think we overlook certain things. That if you are going to plan to planet hop, go to a different, let's say we build something on the moon, let's say we build something on Mars, and we actually get there, I think the one thing that's overlooked is hospitals. If you're able to shrink a hospital down that was able to perform quite remarkable surgery inside it, do certain amounts of operations, I think that scaling this down helps you get it onto another planet as well. It helps you prepare for that. You know your equipment much better when you have a chance to use it. So I don't know, I could sit here and tell you about my remote and tell you how it works, but yeah, you'll pick it up. But I think it's much more better if you were able to use it yourself. Here, have some light in there. Look at that. What the eye can't see. Anyway, a different story. So likewise, if it was a truck, let's say, and the doctors, nurses were able to use these and function really well inside them, it's this knowledge, it's this input. They then become very well, I don't know, quite great detailed knowledge, and know how to use it, what works, what doesn't. So yeah, I definitely believe that these could be quite a good step in the right direction. I was thinking about power supply, how we could get these to run. Obviously, we might not be using a generator. So unless hydrogen fuel was still a long way off and you couldn't make a hydrogen generator, perhaps you can. Or they plug in to street lamps. If you get my gist on that one, you can plug them into street lamps. They will also have solar panels on them. What else could they have? Well, there you go. I think they're mainly what you really need. Most car parks have them anyway, street lights, or they can plug into these similar versions of what we have for charging cars. I believe that there would be more than enough power there. A backup generator on standby in case anything were to have a power cut in the middle of that. I think until something better comes along, a hydrogen generator, such things, let's say, have maybe a diesel generator that could take the load just in case it were to have a power cut for whatever particular reason. So yeah, there you go. It would also be a backup. So yeah, I just don't know. I just wonder how successful these would actually be. Because, you know, a lot of routine stuff could be done in a truck. Do I need to spend time in a hospital? Not really. Okay, could I really go home? Well, yeah, if you get any problems, this, and this, give us a call. And obviously it will be a journey to hospital. But if a large majority of the population were comfortable enough to go home. I think most people are eager to go home after they've had an operation. They really want to go home. Um, it makes it more convenient for the hospital, and it makes it more convenient for the patient. And I think this better approach, it removes stress, comes away. And again, I believe that stress is a factor in recovery. So the less stress you have, the more faster you recover. And I think it's great. It's great for health. So yeah, RV hospitals, RV dentist surgeries is something that I've really been thinking about a lot, to be honest. I haven't drawn anything up about it. It's just idea stage at the moment. Is it possible to shrink down facilities that you need? Could you get two operating surgeries within one truck? Is that possible? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe you could just get the one. But even still, it's still something, isn't it? If you could get two per truck, and on average they could get through 5 operations, that's 10 operations, let's say, between the two of them in a day. I mean, that's a huge number getting down. And if there's not so many people in, let's say, the town that it goes to, let's say for argument's sake it comes to Wyndham one day because there's like 15 people that need operations, routine operations that can be done quite safely inside a facility like this. And then the next day you then travel your truck to Attleborough, let's say, and then there's 5 people there. Then you get those operations done, ticked off the list, and then it could travel perhaps to Thetford, and then it could also do the operations that are required there. So I think slowly but surely, from town to town, these would be very beneficial. And then once that region, let's say Norfolk, is done, it can go on to help another region that's got slightly more backlogged and more waiting lists to get through, as well as the hospital taking care of the more serious operations, ones that require a bit more touch and go scenarios. So yes, they could do an operation on the truck, but there might be a complication attached to it. So you're better off having that one done in the hospital. And once they've got through those and they don't have so many of those, it's just more for people. It's less weight, it's more do. I know that there might need to be some more doctors educated out of the works. It gives more people, let's say, coming from university, and they've been studying and they've studied, and they're about to go on. I think it opens up a doorway to allow a lot more surgeons. It allows a lot more surgeons to come about. So, I mean, if we're limited to only the hospitals we have within the UK, and you go and add another 46, and then you add, even more, you keep going, and then you add 66. And then you add 99 of these vehicles around. That's however many surgeons and their teams. You're opening a job position for all of these people. And yeah, I just don't see us ever being... I don't know. I've been following in my mind. I don't know whether you do that. You hear an article here, there, and everywhere. You might catch a news clipping or whatever you want to call it in a paper and see, oh, there's a waiting list. And obviously I'm thinking to myself, it seems to be quite a lot over the years, regardless of which party is in power. So it seems to be quite a lot of a waiting list. So I'm just wondering whether this would eliminate the waiting list. Is it more cheaper to put these in a truck? Probably. It gets things more smaller. Does it build a better demand for equipment? There is enough ventilators should be spared up from the successful vaccination program. Also, this new one with the tablet form that could be successful as well. Another layer to your onion of success. And, if it does, there's going to be a lot of leftover ventilators left over. Could put them to good use rather than them going prehistoric in a cupboard somewhere. They could be being used. So it just makes this, I don't know, I like to think of everything as a tree, and it starts to branch out and more comes from it than we could ever possibly imagine. So I think it just ups our status as well as being unique. enough to try something a little different, and if it has a massive success rate, why scrap it? Keep going, excel it. It also helps us to understand, let's say we do eventually go to Mars, we build something on the moon, let's say, and it is manned, or humaned, I don't know, politically correct, male or female, goes to the moon, a crew goes to the moon, and one of the crews from this exploration hurt themselves or something. And you've already got an RV hospital there ready and waiting, in a type of sense, a rover version. I mean, it's that quick, and you've got a team of surgeons already there, specialists that know their tools very well. I think this just opens up a lot more than just Earth. It helps us move within space, and it also helps us move the waiting lists and get them down. So why limit it to the UK? If America are able to do this, and some of their RVs that they've got there are huge, whopping great things where the sides come out, I just see so much potential in those. Not just a mobile home, but what about a mobile hospital that you can go around from state to state, offering an extra hand to take the burden off of hospitals to catch up. I think it's great. Lots of oxygen equipment has already come from COVID. So whether you want to look at it as a success or a failure, whichever way you want to take it, COVID in the beginning, when they manufactured a ton of different devices that helped a lot of people, these could be reused. Why should they just be used for that? We could go on to make these uses so much more. So we can try and pull, I don't want to say positives because it's a very sticky situation, but if we can pull some bit more light from the situation and apply this into trucks, I think we have a great opportunity on our hands to start getting these numbers down more than they've ever been in history. And we can help so many people, more so than has ever been done in history. It challenges a lot of the people that make the trucks. Can you put this in? Is there any way that you can get together with the hospital staff to find out what they require, and can you get this put into a truck? And if so, how many can you get in the truck? Does it each have its own door, so that one patient can come into this one and then they can be wheeled out, put into their own bedroom once the operation is finished and it's been a success, to give them a couple of days of recovery there. Also, does it help doctors and nurses get out of the environment of being inside their surgeries? So if they're in there day in, day out, they could use electric vehicles to go and see patient to patient. Also making sure that their recovery is all great. Wouldn't it be great? Yeah, you're doctors and you're helping people, but you also get a little bit of chance to get out as well and be in different environments and just go on giving that great service that you already give, but just a bit more extended out in the field, if you like. So yeah, and again with dentists as well, if it's successful, yeah, sign me up for a dentist. I will be the first one to try this out. So I got a little work that needs doing, so let me know when you got it. I'll be your first patient to give this a test if you want. I don't mind. At the end of the day, if I get some work done on my teeth, it gets me out of any pain that I could possibly be in. Number two, it's better for my health all round. So yeah, give me a go. I'll have a go. I don't mind where it is, Do it in a bus stop for all I care. No, I'm kidding. You're taking a bit too far. But no, I don't really mind as long as I'm getting fixed. That's what I predominantly care about. And if I can recover at home, brilliant. Bring it on. So, not everybody's the same. Appreciate that. But it gives you more choice, and it gives people more right to choose where they want to be treated. So some people might be more relaxed in a hospital setting. Okay. Some people might say, yeah, I want this. Yeah, I'll take it in one of these, please. Why is that? Oh, it's new. I never tried this before. It's safe. Of course it's going to be safe because it's exactly the same as what you have in a hospital. So if you've only got some routine work that needs doing, do it in one of these. Why not? What's the harm? You're still getting the same brilliant staff that you get even if you were in a hospital. So it's just the setting that's a little different. So yeah, dentist one would be a little different. I think there would be more like sections. So one room would be one, number 4. You'd get a text message, be there at 4:30, let's say. You turn up at 4:30, go to truck 7, you see truck 7, and it would be door 3, door 6, door 7, depending on how many you get in there. And yeah, you just go there. When you're there, ring a buzzer or drop an email, you're outside, and straight up, convenient. So again, for the first time, I believe that this, I'm not 100% sure, but 24-hour dentists, wouldn't that be an amazing thing? How many of you would pay a little bit extra? I wouldn't mind. You know, some of them say, oh, it's going to be 45 quid for this, and this. And yeah, if I could see one of you at night time, when, you know, I don't know if you've ever been it's a bank holiday, you're in agony, and then all of a sudden you just get this pain out of nowhere. It's just got, oh my god, ow, 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 ow. Are you unlucky or lucky? Either way. And it's bank holiday, and you're like, I can't even get to a dentist. You probably get to emergency one, I believe. So, but even then, it's a long way from where you are. Whereas this one, if it were just up the road, you know, town to town every now and again, well, that's going to be 55 quid. I'll pay it. If you're getting me out of pain, whatever. Here's a blank check. No, I'm kidding. But I think whether NHS staff or not, should there be the question of should you pay? Well, I don't know. I wouldn't really care as long as I'm getting out the pain. That's the way I see it. So if I got a spare 50 laying around, yes, please just get me out of my pain. That's all I'm really interested in. So I definitely believe that these could be quite successful for any country or nation that decided to put these into practice. I think that would be such a success, to be honest. Really successful and very new, and very, very, very new sort of way of doing things. And at the end of the day, you still get the same results. You still get the same level of care if you want it. So, you know, a nurse might come and see you to make sure everything's all healing up. A doctor might come and see you to make sure everything's healing up. You could get prescribed some antibiotics, maybe. I don't know, if something goes untoward, you might get an infection or something strange. And you see a doctor, and he will write you out the prescription, and then douche. On the next visit of a nurse coming to change your dressing or whatever it may be, your bandages or whatever, they can drop off the prescribed medication to you at the same time as, you know, getting 2 jobs done in one. And I think that's very good. Fast action. And yeah, if you're in a bit of pain, I don't think you want to be going out, venturing out, waiting in a pharmacist, waiting to be seen. I don't know if that extra stress might hamper your healing ability. I don't know. Everybody's different, and great to be unique. So that's just where I've been thinking about that. That's where my level of thinking has been for quite a while. So whether these need drawing up or not, that's another story. I would be more than happy to write you out any plans that you would require, but I would need to know your equipment, and then I would draw these out for you. So absolutely brilliant. I love this thought. I've caught it a few times. I've thrown it out there. I did type this up on Facebook, sorry, and yeah, so it's just been rattling around in my head. So I'm hoping if I make the video, it'll probably leave me be for a little while, these thoughts, but I might just sketch one diagram up, or several of the diagrams. I see what's happening. Very, very busy time at the moment, so, and it's all good busy, not bad busy, so excellent. But yeah, so as of that, I'm going to stop this video now, and I'm going to go and move on to something else, because I've got a few of them to share this week, to be fair. So yeah, as of that, that's RV hospital, RV dentist, Luton truck dentist. It hasn't got the same ring to it, but you know, one of these grey old trucks, go from car park to car park, run off the grid, nice green technology. If anything untoward happens, that there was no green technology or power cut, whatever it may be, generator. And depending on where you have this done, I'm pretty sure most of these facilities have generators anyway that would be able to give you the power required so that you never run out of power in the middle of an operation, let's say. So yeah, brilliant. So yeah, I'm gonna leave this one here and I'm gonna go on to my other videos. So yeah, brilliant. One in the can and I've got some more to go. So whatever you're doing, wherever you are, have a great one.